So surprise, the new She-Ra is fantastic. For those who relate to the show, the new She-Ra reboot is available on Netflix. It took a campy and dated original idea and decided to make it super gay. More on that in a second. But it's filled with compelling characters and fantastic plots, but also allowing its characters time to breathe and develop their own relationships with each other, which ends up strengthening the conflict that comes up in the story arc. Because we care about these characters more than other shows, that rush into the action without having the audience emote with their characters. I'm looking at you, Korra. Well, Korra did alright. But I feel like the underlying threat with unsolved solutions didn't really go anywhere. Are we gonna fix this divide between the vendors and the non-vendors, or is this the only closure we're gonna get? I'm getting off track. She-Ra is good is my point. Specifically, something I notice is that Adora, who's the main character, is the one that turns into She-Ra, and Catra, evil cat lady person of evil. Their relationship is complex to say the least. This will get into spoiler territory, so go watch She-Ra and come back. It's on Netflix.
Charles, come to bed.
I can't. If I don't get this done tonight, I'll lose all respect at the office. And I am so behind.
Adora and Catra grew up together, but are fundamentally different. Adora values her morality over everything else, as well as being a little bit more naive than Catra, at least at first. Her thing was believing that the Horde was doing the right thing, and she also thought Catra believed that as well. Catra, on the other hand, from the start, tends to take things too personal. She can't seem to separate Adora's wants with herself, even before Adora did leave to fight in the Resistance. Despite that, it's clear that she did take Adora leaving personally, and tends to blame her for any issues she's facing from there on out. For Catra, it's personal. I love their relationship. Even from a platonic standpoint, you can understand both sides of their initial divide. In later episodes, their past is explored by just how close they were as children. It's clear Catra is looking for any kind of validation in true friendship, and again, she takes Adora leaving as an act of true betrayal. I admire Adora so much because her conflict with Catra isn't really black and white like other media. It's clear that these moments and divides with Catra haunt her, at least to a point. She wants to be inclusive of her, but still wants to do the right thing. But Catra can't stand that. In an early point of season 1, Adora has to move on, but it takes another 2 seasons to understand that these are all Catra's active choices. It's hard to say why Catra cares and values Adora so much, and why there's this discussion of romantic subtext fall into place. Even with positive people in her life to fall back on as friends, mainly Scorpia, Catra sure does put a lot of angry and in general negative energy to fight back against Adora, doesn't she? There seems to be kind of a tipping point from Adora's side of things as far as Catra's morality. Catra indirectly kills Angelica in an attempt to get back at Adora because she thinks winning against her will make her happy. Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
Doesn't matter who wins, because they're all losers.
Catra has been betrayed several times in the course of the show so far, and it's consistently because she fails to understand the bigger picture. She wants people in her life that aren't good for her, but she undervalues the people that are good for her. And I empathize with that need. But it's also fair that she pushes away those who want to be in her life, distracted with her goals of winning against Adora, and overall just being afraid to get close to people. Catra sacrifices a lot to get one up against Jorah, huh? I guess this is where the subtext part of the video comes in, and understanding both these girls' sexualities, which to be honest is pretty unclear. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of subtext going on with Adora and Catra's relationships, and it's helpful that the world in general has a lot of LGBT characters. That's something that's super refreshing, I think, to see in media. There's always the want and need for characters to be on some scale of the sexual spectrum, to be realistic and to provide general and well-needed representation. Studios, unfortunately, are only willing to take it so far on a mainstream level. Disney nixed the idea for a Poe and Finn gay subplot because homosexuality is still viewed as a taboo in some international markets. But we gotta have that gay kiss. Oh, well, never mind.
Is this a new term, passive progressive? It's like a play on passive aggressive?
For big businesses, unfortunately, they can't just jump right on the gay bandwagon yet for political reasons. But streaming services like Netflix don't have a lot to lose. From She-Ra's perspective, having multiple gay canon characters exist in the show by itself is a big progressive step. Yay, She-Ra!
Hey, I did it!
Like Steven Universe, having an LGBTQ spectrum creator helps things, and there's more of an urgency to push this. That all being said, unlike Kim Possible, where Shigo and Kim were just pet naming each other to get on each other's nerves, and respectively had their own straight love interests, at least in canon, the subtext between Adora and Catra is very much done on purpose. It could be said that this is done to slowly build on their relationship, and show that despite all the fighting, they both care about each other. Besides that, their sexuality has never been really overly stated on screen, which is fine. Well, we got a hint that one time that Adora was attracted to a muscular lady. Hot. so we only have so much information to go by. The relationship in seasons 3 and 4 is definitely not the best. That all being said, the teasing can easily be interpreted as hints, as well as Catra's obsession with beating Adora.
I won't let you win. I'd rather see the whole world end than let that happen.
Since it seems obvious from the production staff that this was intentional, then I think at the very least Catra likes or has liked Adora romantically at some point based on this information. Because she doesn't really realize it yet because she just doesn't want to admit that's a weakness of hers. Because the whole fear of betrayal thing. With how season 4 handled its editing by straight up telling Catra that she was toxic, that she's doomed all of her relationships because she just can't see when people want to use her and to pushing others she cares about away with blame of using them herself. Thanks, gay lizard Obama. Well, she's got bigger problems. My guess is that once she starts developing these healthy relationships and probably has a change of heart, she wasn't exactly good at being evil, yo, then she can figure out what she feels about Adora, and Adora can decide if she wants her in her life on any level. Happy gay ending. So what She-Ra characters do you think have positively helped break this norm? Do you think Catra and Adora will get together? Let me know in the comments. Don't fight about it too much, please.
I've started a shipping war, oh my god.
Well, that was pretty gay.
And that's all, folks, except it's not time for the ending gag.
I once caught a fish this big.
How dare they take best friends and turn them into giant sword ladies who run off with people clearly inferior to you?
Who needs to lyric?
So beautiful out here.
Yeah, it's just me, you, and the moon.
Hey! You two should kiss!
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. Click here to subscribe, we really appreciate it. Don't forget to turn your notifications on to get notified every time we make a new video. Click here to check out the main collaborator for the video, usually the editor. Click here to check out our video playlist for this video, where you'll find similar videos that you might just like, hopefully. There's also a credit scroll here where you can check out all the other awesome contributors. All their info is in the description. That's all I gotta say, KP away!